Hi, my name is Macy Land, and I'm in Bio 214, and my section is 3. And today my video quiz is going to be on Parkinson's disease. Parkinson's disease is a disorder of the central nervous system that affects movement, and it often includes tremors. Nerve cell damage in the brain causes the dopamine levels to drop, leading to the symptoms of the Parkinson's. Parkinson's disease is a progressive nervous system disorder. It often affects movement. Symptoms start gradually, sometimes start with barely noticeable tremors in just one hand. Tremors are the most common symptom, but the disorder also commonly causes stiffness or slowing of movement. So, the main symptoms of Parkinson's disease is a tremor, which is the shaking of a hand. It usually begins in the limb, and often your hand or the fingers, so just your fingers will twitch, and then gradually your whole arm. People who first start having symptoms, they often will start with just their thumb rubbing against their forefinger, almost like they're trying to snap, but they don't know that they're doing it. It's known as a pill rolling tremor. Your hand may tremor when it's at rest, so when they're just laying down, the hand will be shaking. Another big symptom of Parkinson's disease is slowed movement. Over time, the disease will slow down their movement and make the simple tasks of walking to the bathroom really difficult, and it will take them a really long time. Personally, my grandpa has Parkinson's, and he has to have a walker because he's had it for a couple years. And another one, it's really hard for him to walk. And another big symptom is rigid muscles, so the muscles stiffness gets really bad. And I know for my grandpa, especially in his legs, his leg muscles get really stiff if he sits for too long, or if he stands for too long in one place. The muscles get so stiff it causes them a lot of pain, and it very much limits their range of motion. Another symptom is impaired posture and balance. Another one is a loss of automatic movements. So it decreases their ability to do things that we don't even think about doing. They're more voluntary things like blinking or smiling or swinging your arms when we walk, or when we're walking going like this. They don't have that movement anymore. And their speech changes is a very big one also. And they tend to hesitate when they talk, and they'll slur their speech. And a lot of times people with Parkinson's have a lot more of a monotone voice than regulars. And another one that's a big one, especially for my grandpa with this disease, is the writing changes. He actually no longer can write with the pencil. When he signs us birthday cards, he has to type out the message, and then he tapes it inside, and he'll type his own grocery list because it's just too much for him to be able to write. How you get diagnosed with Parkinson's, they do a neurological examination, which they ask you to perform tasks to assess the agility of your arms, legs, muscle tone, gait, and balance to see if you have expression and your speech is animated. Tremor can be observed in your extremities at rest or in action. There's stiffness in extremities or your neck, and you can maintain your balance to examine your posture. It says that you may notice that a neurologist records your exam into a table called the Unified Parkinson's Disease Rating Scale, which for short is UPDRS. It's a universal scale that is used by neurologists and movement disorder specialists to assess and document an exam of a person with Parkinson's disease at for your baseline. So then I know when my grandpa sees his doctor, they look at his baseline, and they at future appointments they measure what your baseline, see if you're getting better in certain areas or what's getting worse. And then other things like that, and they also will do an MRI. How to treat Parkinson's? It's not really unreversible, but they do medication, and they tell like my grandpapa especially like self-care, so a lot of exercise and like keeping like your mind active. And so like since Parkinson's is actually a disease that isn't very preventable, it's you usually get it through like your bloodline, so like my dad will have like a better chance of getting it than my mom because his dad has it. And so like my dad, I know, likes to keep like, he likes to do puzzles and stuff that will like keep his like mind sharp. And I know like my grandpa, he likes to keep active even though it's really hard for him to walk. Like he has certain days where he'll go grocery shopping and like that will be his day, and like he'll give himself like certain tasks. And like because of Parkinson's, it does slow him down, but he does this because the disease will like gradually get worse if you just sit around. So that's my information on the Parkinson's disease.